We're going to advise the governor on steps to, both for recovery and then also if there's a second wave, as some people expect, we'll be advising him on that too. There are 3 different recovery or advisory groups. Mine is called social support. The other 2 are economic recovery and healthcare. Approximately 8 to 9 people on each group. There's also a cabinet member who will be sitting in along with the governor in these meetings.
Our social supports group will look at meeting the increasing need for so many basic human services, from food to safe shelter to housing and health care. And they'll look at the recovery that through the lens that addresses the equity, the need to increase rather than decrease equity as we go through this challenge. We know our vulnerable populations have always had stresses, and we want to do everything we can to minimize those in the face of this pandemic.
Why don't you give me sort of a quick digest of what you've been doing with Our Valley, Our Future for the last 5 years?
It's been a lot of organization planning, facilitation. I think one of the big things I've done is continually kick the ball down the field on projects and programs that make up the Our Valley, Our Future action plan. That action plan is meant to basically improve the quality of life for everybody here. I want to say in mid-March, we had several community leaders come to us and say, hey, this pandemic is really starting to have an impact here, but we're not doing a very good job of communicating to our Latino community, particularly our Spanish speakers. So Our Valley, Our Future, with the help of the Community Foundation, the Chamber of Commerce, Columbia Valley Community Health, Confluence Health, we put together what we're calling our Latino Communications Network. It's a group of about, I'd say about 130, we have about 130 now, organizations and individuals who are taking content that we're generating or finding elsewhere that's in both English and Spanish, and we're distributing it to this network of folks who then are passing the word around further within their own networks. And it's been very, very effective.
What do you want to try and bring to the table when you're advising the governor on how to fortify the state against the pandemic or a recurrence of a pandemic?
We've got to be really cognizant of that fact, that we're trying to reach all of those who have been economically or socially impacted by the pandemic. Here in North Central Washington, we've historically had a high poverty rate, low education levels. There's certain things that kind of put us at a disadvantage anyway. And so we've got to be really, really aware of that. One of the things that I'll be bringing to the governor's attention, and I know he knows this, but we've got, I think it's about 48,000 farm workers, in the Chelan, Douglas, Grant County area. I think that's the number. Approximately 30,000 or so live here year-round. They're residents. They're coming, and we've also got the H-2A workers coming. And so, as you know, a lot of those folks traditionally work in close proximity to each other. They live in close proximity to each other. That's a big, big issue. And one of the things the Latino Communications Network is going to do, in fact, we're working on that right now, is how to reach these folks beyond the ways we've been doing it so far, which include like infographics and videos, and we've been running radio spots. But we've got to do more now. We've got to figure out how to kind of reach some of these folks who, frankly, probably won't be that easy to reach.